Hello and welcome. I hope you are doing great. Today it is time for the Flosstube update, and technically it is for March and April, but I still have a couple of days left of April, but where I live there is this huge celebration that goes on for 3 days, and the culmination is tomorrow, which is the last day of April. And I mean, it is a student event, so I'm not really partaking in it that much. What I'm saying is that it might be noisy tomorrow, so I thought that I would just film this today. And yeah, so we still have a couple of days left of the month of April, but here we go anyways. So in March and April I have stitched on this one, not so much though. I wish I had spent maybe a little bit more time, but I don't know if you can tell, I have gone wild with a cross country sort of. I still have a lot of parking left, so I am as usual just switching in between parking, cross country, and kind of working on the diagonal and kind of not, but we are making progress slow but surely. So this is of course a Stitch in Time by Aimee Steward, and the chart is from Heaven and Earth Design. I have so far completed 16,151 stitches, which is 2.26% only. And like I said before, I think there are a lot of people who have made wonderful progress on this. I'm taking my time. This is one of the projects that is like a check for all my favorite things. It's a full coverage. It's Heaven and Earth Design chart. This is a 25 count even weave, and I'm stitching 1/1, which is actually my favorite thing. So everything, I love everything about this. So progress slow but steady, I think, and I'm really happy. And yeah, I'm just gonna go with it. Like I said, switching back and forth between parking and cross country seem to be the thing for me. So we'll see where we end up next time we will check in with this project. This is Blue Flowers Girl, and as you can see, I make also a little bit of progress. I haven't spent that many days on it, like 4 days in total in March and April. It is a little bit of, I wouldn't say difficult chart, but this is from Lanarte, and their charts to me is I don't know, I think it's just the printing, because it's a little bit more pastel-y. It's not as strong colors and stuff like that, so it just takes me a little bit more effort to sort of decipher the chart. But other than that, it's a really nice project. I'm so liking the detail in this with the strands of hair here and there. It's stitched on linen 2/2, which is not my favorite, but still. So again, I'm taking my time. I am enjoying this, and I think I will be very happy with how this turns out, because so far so good. It's a paper chart, and I have gridded this 5 times 5, because that is how the chart is set up. So that is why there's a lot of lines here. But yeah, this is how far I come. And here is the Cornflowers from the kit from Riolis, and this is how far I come. And again with this wool acrylic blend floss. I don't mind it actually that much. It's a bit tricky. I would say it's not as maybe enjoyable as stitching with DMC or Anchor or CXC that I use also, but it's not super bad. It took a little time to get used to, but I am enjoying it. This is my second Riolis kit, so yeah, the more you stitch with it, the more you get used to it. And this is a project that I would like to finish this year, but as you can see, there's still a ways to go. So we'll just see what happens with this one. I'm aiming to finish it this year. This is the project that I call the dancing party, yeah, this one is a lot of fun because as you can see, as you progress, you do get like almost like a couple, one or two different people emerging for each page or each section, which is really a lot of fun. And as you can see, I do my back stitching as I go. So once I completed this person, I did the back stitching. And the same goes for these two. It's a couple here, another man, and then a lady in a beautiful pink dress. So I will finish this section and then do the back stitching to really, and as you can see, it really makes them pop and stand out. The tricky thing is all the quarter stitches, but they are worth doing because of the detailing and the angles and lines that you do get with the quarter stitches. It's a bit tricky though because the aida is quite dense and hard, so to just punch the middle is sometimes takes a little bit of effort, but it's worth it, I think, for the detail that you get from it. So going strong and having a lot of fun with this one. And I spent about maybe, I don't know, actually almost 5 or 6 days on this for this section. And yeah, a lot of fun, this project. This project is called gauging, and yeah, I have made quite a bit of progress on this one because I really took my time and sat down with this one. I am enjoying it. The only problem is the charting and the symbols that are used in the charts. There are a lot of symbols that are similar, or a lot of like arrows and triangles pointing in different directions, which I don't know, you have to be careful when you read this. So I have to be in the right mindset and in the right mood to really go slow and, you know, look over the paper chart like several times with certain symbols to just, yeah, to get it right, because some of it is confusing. So that's why this is gonna take quite a long time. But I mean, once I'm in the right mind frame, then I do enjoy it. You just need to be thorough. You don't spend as much time stitching maybe as you do looking at the chart. So you need to be patient with this project. But it is, I don't know if you agree, but I think it looks amazing. And I'm gonna finish the page and then I'm gonna go back. No, actually I'm gonna finish, yeah, because this is a painting in the picture, so I think the painting extends just a little bit more. So I will finish, I think, the painting and then I'm gonna backstitch this section. Anyways, and that is a future problem. And since it is a bit challenging, I'm not picking this project up that often, but when I do take my time with it. So I think I spent like 6 days on this, and then it was like 6 days in a row, so I could really get because because it takes a lot of concentration to read the chart right. But I'm glad that I did take my time with this, because once you do make progress quite easily. It's stitch on aida, and so the stitching is nice and fast. So I'm hoping to be able to pick this up at least a couple of more times this year. And this is how far I've gotten on the fitting, which is also a Heaven and Earth design project. I have stitched on this quite a bit. I haven't filmed it though. I did just want to really relax, enjoy, and just stitch away on this project. Again, favorite Heaven and Earth full coverage 25 count 1/1. I like it a lot, and I think I have decided that this is gonna be my project for the month of May. I have watched quite a lot of Flosstubes with mania plans and stuff like that, and I just, you know, for me, starting up a lot of new projects is not really my cup of tea. But I did think of maybe just spending the month of May on just the one project and have a monogamous month. And I think that this is the project that I want to do that with. There's a lot of background because this is a recreation of a painting, so there's a lot of background, so it would be a lot of fun just to get a little bit of move on to get in more detailing. And as I think you can see here, stuff is starting to happen, so I think I can make quite a bit of progress if I spent the whole month on just this one. I have almost decided, I'm not 100% sure that this is what I'm going to do, but yeah, it's leaning towards that anyways. I have so far completed 10,960 stitches, which is 3.15% only. So I have a bit of a ways to go, but this is a possible project for me. We'll see. This is European City, and this is also a very fun stitch. This type of chart, the way it's printed and with the colors and the symbols, this is so easy, at least for me, to read. So I don't have to spend that much time on it to make progress. So I'm really having fun with this one. And yeah, I spent only like 3 days on it, and for me that is, I don't know, I wouldn't say like proof, but maybe for me it's a sign of how easy a chart is to get into. With that I mean I don't have to really take time to focus and concentrate to pick up where I left off. It is so easy to read, so you can just go back and forth from this one, whether as like with gauging that chart, it takes a while for you to get used to the symbols. So once you pick it up, it's easier to just stay with it for a few days. Whether as this one is a project that you can just pick up, stitch for it for one day, put it aside, and then just come back to it in a couple of days or so, and without any problems to find your way back right into it. So I really enjoy this for that reason, and also it's a lovely image, and like with all the detailing and the colors and all of that. So I am I am having a lot of fun stitching this one. It's very relaxing, this project, but there's a long ways to go, so I'm going to be able to enjoy this for many months further ahead. And of course, another one of my favorite projects, I actually have most of my projects I really love, but this is Pandemic from Long Dog Samplers, and yeah, oh, I love this project so much. This one, since I mean, I do love Pattern Keeper, but since the back stitching does not show up on Pattern Keeper, I actually have this printed out. So when I work on it, I work from the paper, and then I mark everything off in the app as I go. So when it comes to stitch count, I do go off of the numbers that I have in Pattern Keeper, and that does not then include the back stitching, but that's fine. This one is hard to put away. I think once I get started, I just can go on forever and ever. And also, this is again one of those projects that is easy to get into, and you can just pick it up for a couple of hours and then put it aside for a few days and then come back to it. Let me see. So I did spend about 5 days on this in total, but then going a bit back and forth with this, and like I said, a lot of enjoyment and a lot of fun, and also with the thread, which is so nice to work with, from MissusSedas on Etsy. It's a silk floss that it's wonderful. If you haven't tried it, you should, because it's super nice to work with. So I have completed 23,509 stitches, which is about 30.4% of the project. And I'm actually, I mean, I have a lot left, but I'm still planning ahead for my next Long Dog sampler. And yeah, I think I have my thread. I'm just not quite sure which project to pick up next, because I have a few of their charts. We'll see. We'll see. And this is Kitty Litter, a kit from it's a Dimensions Gold Collection. A lot of fun, and it's a very cute picture. I haven't made that much progress, but I'm having fun with it though. There's a bit of blended colors here, 10 stitches and full crosses. So there's a mix, and there's gonna be some cording and stuff like that. French knots? Oh, maybe not on this one, I don't remember. But yeah, there's a lot of going on this one. And it's not that big, but I think with all the extra things that comes with it, with the cording and the I don't know how to pronounce it. Anyways, it's gonna take, I think, a bit of time to complete. And once you get to the kittens, with all the back stitching and the details, it looks great. And I've seen other floss tubers stitch on this, and it looks amazing with all the details and the extra stuff that goes on it once it's completed. So I'm looking forward to that. And I am also making progress on the stamped kit that I have going on for now. Again, a very relaxing way I find to work on the pre-stamped kit. It does take your mind off of, you know, symbols and charts and stuff like that. You can just read the canvas, take a look at the legend here, and yeah. So I sometimes, depending on how I have the Q-snap or the hoop, I use this one on the fabric one. I took a photo of this one with my iPad, and so I have that on the side in case I have this fabric has to roll up or whatever. But I actually don't really feel that I use that a lot because it's all marked out very clearly, and yeah, it is relaxing. And as I mentioned several times before, it's not my favorite, the 11 count and using 3 threads, but I am getting used to it, which is why I bought a couple of more of these. And like I said, it is really relaxing, and you make progress quite quickly. I have spent about 5 days actually on this one too, and this again, it's also a project that you can just pick up and easily get into because you have all the symbols on the fabric already, so you just pick it up and start stitching, which is fabulous too. So if that's something that sounds appealing, then please do try a pre-stamp kit. They are cheap. You just gotta look up or be careful what images you order, maybe. But it's worth a try. Now I have retired. I almost said no. I have put the little match girl on pause for now because we are moving into spring. I put it to the side and I will pick it up back again when we are getting closer to winter. So I do, of course, always want to have a Jasmine Beckett Griffith going on. So I did pick up my Grumpy Red Fairy again. This is also a very quick and fun stitch to do. It is a small project, Heaven and Earth design, 25 count 1/1, and I think I mentioned before that I did think that I had made a mistake, and I had, kind of, but not. I hadn't marked off the right stitches in Pattern Keeper, and then I think I made a mistake somewhere here, but I kind of just stitched over that with the right one, and it seemed to be, yeah, it looks all right. I don't know if I will finish this year. I mean, once you start stitching on this one, because it's not that confetti heavy, it is, I mean, it's not all compact. There are a couple of colors in here, but there is quite a lot of places where they're just color blocking. So when you do sit down with it, you make progress quite fast, actually. I don't think that I will finish this year, but you never know. You never know. I have so far at least finished 12,394 stitches, which is 32.8%, which is quite a lot. So a little bit further to go, and as you can see, I have moved into cross country with this one, from being following the pages and the rows. I think I did horizontal, like line by line, and I just felt like moving into cross country with this one too. A little bit of parking, but not a lot yet. You just never know. I might change my mind again. And yeah, I love it, and I love the expression, which is why I love Jasmine Beckett Griffith so much, because she does manage to get these interesting expressions in the eyes in all of her artwork. So yeah, so much fun. And I have this one, I have the little match girl, and I have another one kitted up that I'm gonna pick up once I finish this one, and then I have at least two more that I want to do. But yeah, that is a problem for future me. So here is a new start, and I did film a stitch with me on this project that I haven't posted yet because there has been other stuff going on, and this is called the Finery of Nature, and it's also a Dimensions Gold kit. And oh boy, is this a lot of fun, and it's so easy to make progress on this one. So I actually think that this one is one that I definitely will be able to finish this year, if not this summer, because as you can see, it's not that big. It's, you could say, 4 squares. So this is like the first square, there's another one here, and then 2 more, oops, 2 more down there. So you see, it's not that big. This took me 4 days only to finish. There's a little bit more detailing, I think, in the second picture, but yeah, this is super fun, and just, you know, just spending a few hours a day and getting this much out of it, I'm happy with that. So if you're looking for something quick, something easy, and something that will not take a lot of time to finish, then I would really recommend this, because this is super fast. The Finery of Nature. I will try to remember and put all the specifications on each project in the description down below, where you can find the name and the company that that makes the kits or the charts. So even though I'm gonna spend the month of May on just one project, you might see a couple of more stitch with me's being posted on other projects on this one. I wouldn't say in particular, but this is one of them. And then we'll see how much I will film. If I just maybe film my progress a little bit on the fitting, but then of course I will show you in my next Flosstube, if nothing else, how far I've gotten. Yeah, and then there's another video that I would like to film and maybe post. Someone asked about grading and stuff like that, so I might just talk a little bit more in detail about that in another video. Anyways, that is it for now. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope I'll see you in the next one. Take care of yourself. Goodbye.